let's talk about The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. So this is book 2 of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, which is a sequel / spin-off series to the Caraval trilogy. So minor spoilers for the Caraval trilogy and big spoilers for Once Upon a Broken Heart, because I literally can't talk about this book without spoiling it just a smidgen. So The Ballad of Never After, we still follow Evangeline, the main character from the first novel, Once Upon a Broken Heart. So much happens, so I'm going to do my best to, condense it. We basically find out that Evangeline is a key, like a living, breathing key. Like, she can cut open her finger, press it to a door, and go, please open, and any lock will open for her. But the most important thing is that she is a key for the Valerie Arch. So the North has this weird thing with a story curse. Sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. The story curse is basically happening in the North. So literally books, if you're reading it, will change in front of your eyes. So nothing can be trusted in the North at all story-wise. Anything that is verbal is usually good, but anything written will get changed or destroyed. Certain stories can't even be transcribed. And some stories can't even leave the North. They will just spontaneously, burst into fire. Like crazy shit, right? So we do have to keep that in mind as well. Because the story of the Valerie Arch basically only has 2 endings that the story curse will allow to exist. So the Valerie Arch can either have an abomination / monster that the Valors locked away thousands of years ago, or it's full of lots of magical treasure. And there's no anything else that anybody else tries to say that might be in the Valerie Arch, their speech just turns to gibberish. They literally cannot tell you what's actually in there, even if they know. So we do meet more fates in this novel as well. There's Chaos, who's a vampire, and he wears a bronze helm that covers his whole face so he can't bite anybody. And then you also have Lala, who is the unwed bride. So her whole thing is that she may be engaged a million times in her life, but she will never get married. And we kind of get more information onto her backstory in this novel, which I appreciated because she quickly became one of my favorite side characters. You do get a few things wrapped up, but this one has a massive cliffhanger. Once Upon a Broken Heart has kind of a satisfying ending with a little bit of a cliffhanger in the epilogue, whereas this novel's you're gonna want the third one immediately. I'm pissed my Amazon driver has not arrived because the third book arrives today and he still is not here with my book. And I just want to know what happens. So this one gets a 5 out of 5. The first one only got a 4 out of 5 from me because it was harder. Even though I'm familiar with the world that we're in, I wasn't super enamored by the first one. It felt very standard fantasy, and then all hell broke loose at about the halfway point. Whereas this one, it was all hell was breaking loose the entire novel. You have maybe 5 chapters in total where everything is calm. And the one thing I do really appreciate about Stephanie Garber's writing is that she's really good at leaving these cliffhangers and making you go, what the fuck? And then be mad that you have to go do something else for a few minutes because you just want to sit here and read and know what happens next. So this one gets a 5 out of 5 from me. I'm sure I'll be covering the third book here very shortly. As soon as it arrives, I will be reading it. So 5 out of 5. I love Stephanie Garber now. She's not my favorite author of all time. That's still Marissa Meyer. She gets her own shelf. But Stephanie Garber's definitely up there.